because this isn't going on the midterm. But it still counts for your grade, Eli. Like, there's this like black hole of where you guys think your grades go, like after midterm time. Like, oh, now I can take 2-3 weeks off and just kind of try to put the full court press on like 2 weeks before report cards come out. No, it doesn't work that way. You're gonna sink. You're gonna sink. Well, there's a lot of them that do. Like, I got that B I was looking for. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Variables and expressions. Well, what's a variable, first of all? What's a variable? What is a variable? Bueller. Yeah. Not a symbol. Frank. It's a letter that takes the place of a value or a number. Okay? So, a variable could be the letter A. Could be the letter X. Could be T. Could be Q. Doesn't matter. And A doesn't always equal 1, just like B doesn't always equal 2 because it's the second letter of the alphabet. The letters themselves vary, and so does their value. They're not always the same. It's always situational. Their value is determined oftentimes by what they represent in the expression. Okay? And what I mean by that is, for example, if you had n plus 2 is equal to a 4. Now, n is my letter replacing a value, but it'll be up to me to find out what that value is. So here, n would equal 2. Okay? So it's always situational. Now, what we'll have to do for today is we'll have to actually evaluate expressions. For example, if I told you that every time you saw the letter X, it was a representation for the value 8. And I said, okay, I want you to evaluate this expression. I want you to plug in the value that I said X was into that expression and solve it. You would say, okay, Michael says that X is equal to 8. I'm going to plug it in for X. I'm going to add 12 to it, and I'll get 20. Okay? So you'll have some as simple as that, and you'll have some that might be just a little bit challenging. So if I said, okay, 4 plus a 2x. Well, what's different about this one is this right here. What does that actually mean when I take a variable and I slam it up right next to a number? Edzo. Means multiplication. Now I have a choice to make. Now I have addition and multiplication in this expression. What does order of operations say I have to do first? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to rewrite and say, okay, 2x is 8. What is 2 times 8? And then I will add 4 to that. And again, I get 20. Okay? You still have to follow order of operations. Okay? I'll give you a couple here to try. Using x is equal to 8. Try those. Sydney, this one here. If x is 8, what am I going to do with the 8 here? And between multiplying and subtracting, what gets done first? So what is 2 times 8? 16 minus 3? 13. How many of you got 13 for that one? Question? You want to do the next one? So Mariah, 42, what does it mean when it's slammed up right next to this parenthesis? Multiply. Don't sound so sure. Now, I'm not going to multiply yet until I know what I'm multiplying by. So 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. What's 42 times 1? 42. How many of you got 42? Okay. What if you had x is still 8, 12x divided by 4? Does that work? Yeah, it always works. If you have a choice between a couple of different operations, you always have to use that order. Okay. Larissa, help me out. What is 12 times 8? 12 times 8. Tequila. 96. 96 divided by 4. 4. Okay. Now, if we were to put 12x divided by 4 this way, we could actually have simplified beforehand. Do 12 and 4 have anything in common? Yeah. 4, right? 3, 1. What is 3 times 8? 24 over 1 is equal to 24. Okay. So when you get to when we start doing algebra stuff, they don't use an x to show multiplication anymore. Okay? Because there's so many variables you use, they don't want you to confuse that x for multiplication with the variable x. They don't use the dot very frequently anymore either, because they don't want you to confuse that dot for multiplication with what else? If it's just a little bit lower, a decimal. So it becomes a series of things that look like that, where you just slam a variable up to a value and you multiply. Division, they very rarely use this either, because you never would have caught this shortcut had you had it this way, or unlikely to. Okay? So it's just a kind of matter of just seeing things with different glasses on, and knowing that what your rules are and your limitations are, and this is all kind of starting that. Carlos? Like I just said, this. Or if I had just two values, they just throw them right next to each other. Okay? Which you know anyway. Yeah. Oh yeah. What would the school year be without fractions? You'd be happy half the time. Sometimes you'll get these. The expression 24 divided by d, if d is 3. So now d is 3. Okay. We get 8. Okay. Flip over your worksheet. 2-2. Now, numbers 4 through 18, they all work kind of individually. They all are their own separate problems. So number 4 says, evaluate each expression, 56 divided by b, if b is equal to 7. So you go ahead, you just plug in 7 there for b. Now it's 56 divided by 7, which is 8. Number 5, solve 3m if m is equal to 9, which equals 27. Okay. 6, 8n. Well, if n is 9, 8 times 9 is 72. Okay. So look at, like, number 12. Look at number 12. Everybody look at number 12. It says 3p cubed. What happens if I have 2 variables slammed up there? Yeah. We're just multiplying all of these. So now they say that p is 3 and q is 5. So does order matter here? 3, 3, and 5. Can I multiply in any order? Would it kill me to just take it in the order that it is? What's 3 and 3? Times 5. So they're not as bad as they might look at first. Plug in, substitute, and you'll be okay. Mariah. 7n minus. Now there is, Alexis, you notice there is a sign there now. You're looking at 13? So then you'll subtract whatever you get on the inside of the parentheses. Yep. But then, so if you did m first, what would be the next thing you'd do? No. You multiply the 7n. Okay, because then you'd have what 7n was, and then you'd subtract whatever was inside the parentheses. Okay. I'm just going to assign 4 through 18 for tomorrow. Okay, we might just do the bottom part for fun as we look this over tomorrow, but I think this will be sufficient for tomorrow. So worksheet 2-2, numbers 4 through 18. Was there anyone still interested in the redo for that first one? Okay. So I'll write it up here for you as well. And redo. Page 65, numbers 5 and 6. Page 66. Numbers 19 through 24. Okay.